If I had to choose between being old or being dumb, I'd knock those candles off the cake in a heartbeat. Not like I can eat cake anymore anyway. But that's not an option, so when I see gamers pouring money into microtransactions and pre ordering games to get bonuses, I want to shake my fist and shout, if you stop doing that, they'll just put that stuff in the game. I'd like to think I'm not that guy yet, but, here we are. Does that mean they're dumb? Well, yes, sure it does, but no more than I was at that age. We all learn as we get older, and let's be fair, the kids these days are doing crazy things like not smoking and sorting their recycling and accepting people for who they are and all that. So even if they drop 12 bucks to be the giant chicken from Family Guy, they're probably still smarter than I was. That chicken is pretty awesome. But what's great is that kids become adults and they start understanding things, like how games might not have gone up in price in the last 20 years, but they have gone up in sales, driving the industry to dwarf movies, television, music, all other medias combined. They used to count video game sales in the hundreds of thousands, and that counted as a success. And they see how the Batman games, which were action games based on action movies, succeeded, while the Suicide Squad game, an action game based on a comedy movie, failed. Microtransactions certainly accelerated its demise, but it was doomed to fail from the start. That cast would have far better suited a turn-based RPG. They also see through the whole, but we spent $100 million making it thing. Yeah, that's great. Maybe don't do that next time. Also, we know that half of that was marketing, sometimes more. The new Spider-Man game at $300 million, how many less units would it have shipped if they toned it down by 100 million? Probably not much. But I suppose us old guys were around before all this was normal, and we know that none of this was necessary for good games to happen. I don't think I'll get a lot of contention saying that 2007 to 2015 were the golden age for video games. Maybe not for bottom lines, but it's not like these companies were struggling. We can go back. But it's with this hindsight that we see the industry for what it is now. Well, I think the younger generation just got their moment with the $70 game. To be clear, $70 for a game is fine if they put $70 of effort into it. But now we have this very visible distinction, $60 games next to $70 games, and the question of value is suddenly something that everyone is asking. It's a Pandora's box that the publishers are already seeming to regret. Because when you have your customers considering the value of the sticker price of the game, they start questioning the value of everything in games. When people talk about Skull and Bones, very few people are actually saying, this is rubbish. Because it's not. They're saying, this is a $15 game, or a free-to-play game if you want microtransactions. I'm going to want to play Starfield at some point, and it's on sale for 33% right now, and I'm thinking, nah, you're going to have to do better than that. Schrodinger's cat is out of the box, it's alive, it's pissed, and you are never, ever getting it back in there. The smarter publishers are already moving in on this. Helldivers 2, Palworld, Last Epoch, all moving in at aggressive prices and embarrassing games like Warner Bros. Kill the Suicide Squad. Are these games worth the price? Hell if I know, I haven't played them, but there is a large demographic that suddenly cares about value, and these guys are more than happy to step up and sell 5 times the copies at half the price. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the end of this either. As a matter of fact, what it's looking like is that the $70 game might be the end of traditional game pricing altogether. Now everyone, including companies that actually believed we cared about their superheroes or thought brand loyalty was anything more than fantasy, are going to have to sell their games on more than a few buzzwords and a pre-rendered story trailer. Right now, on GOG, all 3 original Stalker games can be had for under $15 total. Project Zomboid, $15. The original Dragon's Dogma, if you're interested in playing it before the new one comes out, $5. The complete edition of This War of Mine, $4. There's been a lot of talk about the game industry collapsing, and that's rubbish. The only thing that's collapsing is the frothy, exorbitant faff at the top. So naturally, they're responding by laying off the talent that they'll need to continue to exist. 65 million years ago, a meteor wiped out the majority of the dinosaurs, and it was the small, adaptable mammals that took the planet. The Indian AA studios, with innovative, original games, reasonable expectations, and a willingness to allow their teams to do their thing, these will be the AAA studios of tomorrow, and that, for the first time in a decade, has me feeling pretty good about the future of games. I can only hope that this has the knock-on effect that the exceptional talent that has been laid off in the last 18 months can find better, more rewarding, and more interesting work in the future. I'll see you in the next one.